Hello and welcome to your Security Boost podcast, in which we demystify security and simplify protection for your personal and business valuable assets. I am Yota Nikolaidou, your hostess. Let's get started. Hey there, I hope you're having a fantastic day and thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are going to talk about...
Now, the next thing, the telephone.
Yes.
Which is so personal and which actually it's becoming worse and worse. I'm getting fed up with receiving messages to say, if you don't want my message, pick up the telephone, dial this number, and then you get some other automated message. It drives me crazy. Everything's driving me crazy.
It happened to me before I came here, so I fully understand.
You understand?
Yes.
You just cannot get rid of them. How did they get my telephone number? It's not even advertised.
Exactly. So there are two parts in GDPR regulation. There is the controller of the data,
yes,
and there is the person or the entity which is evaluating the data or doing any kind of interaction with the data. As the owner of the data, that means that the actual user gave this information to you exactly, not anyone else. So as the controller, you have to be responsible for the data you give out and the way you give them. So if you gave your information, let's say, to a supermarket,
yes,
and they sold, this is an example, and they sold that information to another company which requests, or they gave it as a gift.
Yes.
That's not right, except if they take your consent, because they are going to use it for marketing purpose. If they gave you, a leaflet and they say, sign here, and it's this jargon thing that you don't understand what
yes,
it's saying, they are still not within the legal parameters of the regulation.
All right, so I'm not going to say any company. We'll say company A. Okay. I went shopping. They asked me for my details, and for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I actually wrote down my telephone number. So right, they've now got my telephone number, and they send me SMSs. I don't want to receive them anymore. Is that the only way that I can actually get rid of them, where it says, if you do not want to receive our SMS, that I have to call that number, and it's so complicated to be taken off?
It shouldn't be that way. That's the thing. The way you get into their list, it has to be that way to get out. So that's very important.
I have to go into the shop and say, get me off this list now.
Or give them a call and say, that's very important for the regulation to mention.
Right.
You made the mistake and you gave it to them, or
yes,
you wanted it for that period of time. That's okay. But any moment you want to be out of any list, you have the right to do it based on the regulation, which means whenever you decide right now, if you want to be out of that list, you are allowed to do it. They cannot keep your data, except if they are using it for a very specific purpose, like, government, things that are for
yes,
for the public interest, this kind of...
I'm talking primarily about an overload of marketing.
No, now, the point is, in that message, what is wrong is that you don't have to pick the phone to give them a call to take you out of that list. It should be that they say, if you want us to keep sending you, please click on this. Or at least, to the very least, if you don't want, click that. To the very least.
Have you received any messages?
Oh, every day. And especially, that's why I like to say that it's good to be wise on where we give our information.
Yes.
And so basically I use a specific phone for business, but even in that case, when I contact people, sometimes they take advantage of that phone number.
Yes.
But it's good to compartmentalize, as I said, our word, so it doesn't intrude
on your...
It is not intrusive.
On your, yes.
Yes, to
well,
our...
eventually I had to get another telephone.
It would be a good idea, yeah.
It was essential because otherwise I can't switch it off at night.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep sending you and they don't...
and it doesn't matter what time, so in fact, one can actually, in order to comply with GDPR for messages, did they have to actually send a message saying, if you want to unsubscribe, click here?
Yes,
have
to
you
the very least. Or
have you received one of those messages? I have
no.
not received one message like that.
The problem is that they are afraid that they will lose a lot of people because they will not click on the button. But the thing is that having people on your list which are not engaging is not good for your marketing anyway.
Exactly.
I
don't read them.
Yeah.
I hit delete before I've even looked at it.
So I'm not a marketeer, but I have gone through all this process for my company, and what I realize is that, and I even do it as as myself. If I don't like something, I will not, and they will get me upset if they keep sending me and sending me and sending me. I'm not gonna be their client.
Yes.
It's a negative marketing for them.
Yes.
So it's much better, and I heard it from like very big marketeers worldwide, that it's much better to have a very small list which are engaging with you and are your clients in comparison with having a huge list where everyone is upset and over the board with you because you keep sending them messages that they don't want to read.
So many people just saying what a relief that this was a gift. To be able to get rid of them. All right, now, so we've gone on to phone messages as well.
I cannot wait to hear your comments, so leave them below or head to iotanikolaidou.com and let's continue the conversation. You will find the link in the description of this episode. Have a great day, and until next Monday, stay safe.